शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते बोधोऽन्यसाधनेभ्यो हि साक्षान्मोक्षैकसाधनम् पाकस्य वह्निवज्ञानम् विना मोक्षो न सिद्ध्यति अविरोधितया कर्म नाविद्यां विनिवर्तयेत् विद्या विद्यां निहन्त्येव तेजस्तिमिरसङ्घवत् परिच्छिन्न इव ज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापायेंशुमानिव In this shloka, Shankaracharya is pointing out that samsara or sorrow is nothing but a sense of limitation. This is a very subtle point that is given here. Normally, we will define sorrow as a mental pain caused by loss of someone or death of someone or poverty or some physical illness, etc. We generally do not know what is sorrow at all. We feel sorrow, we experience sorrow, but we do not exactly know the psychological process of sorrow. When somebody dies, we have pain. And we say that the pain is caused by the death of that person. We only go into this much depth. But Vedanta says, sorrow is not the death of that person at all. Because if the death of a person should cause sorrow, death of everyone should cause sorrow. Because death is death, whether this person dies or that person dies. So then we find that death of everyone does not cause sorrow, but death of some special people alone cause sorrow, who are VIPs for us. For other people, they are VIPs, very insignificant people. For us, they are VIPs, very important person. Now, what makes the difference between important and insignificant? It is because of our relationship. We think that in the presence of that person, I am complete. I don't miss anything. You can find even in big camps and all, you will find everybody has got one particular person, husband or wife or someone. You get down from the train, 100 people, anyone counts whether 100 is there, that's my headache. But everybody first make Pathan Rupavadi. You can see in the Munji Pathala Theriyam, Parpa. Okay, why? Because in that presence I am complete. If that one person is missing, I am incomplete. Let all the 99 go. Doesn't matter. But if that one is even little headache, this fellow cannot listen to the class. Not for him, for the other one. So that means sorrow is not a person's death or headache or anything. Sorrow is a sense of incompleteness caused by anything. Either I miss the wife or children or house or anything, and therefore sorrow is parichhedaha. This is the first and foremost important Vedantic revelation, truth, that sorrow is not anything else. Sorrow is the sense of limitation, and this alone expresses in the form of various symptoms. Loss of money is only again another symptom of this problem. And again, when there is loss in business, that also we call sorrow. But if you go to the root, I mean that if I have failed in that business, I feel I am incomplete. Therefore, samsara is what? Parichhedaha. That's what we call as apurnatvam. Very important idea here. Remember this shloka. Parichinnaha is the problem. Why I am emphasizing this is, we should not blame anyone for our sorrow. Because our tendency is, any sorrow comes, we tend to blame someone or other, something or the other, or at least whether we blame. Nobody else is available. It is not any one of them, it is problem is centered on me. Solution also is centered on me, will be clear. Then the second point, which is equally important, is this sense of limitation, which is our disease called sorrow, is caused by ignorance. That also must be equally clear. So the first point that must be clear is, all our sorrows are nothing but sense of limitation, parichinnaha. And the second equally important point is, this sense of limitation is caused by ignorance. Why do we say ignorance is the cause? Because our true nature happens to be Purnatvam. Because our true nature happens to be Purnatvam. Apurnatvam is nothing but self-disowning, self-forgetfulness, self-estrangement, self-hypnotism. என்னெல்லாம் வேர்டு வேணா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Ignorance, self-loss, and therefore he said, Ajnanat parichinnaha iva. This alone is the definition of samsara. And samsara will go away when paricheda goes away. And paricheda will go away when ajnanam will go away. Ajnanam will go away when jnanam comes. Therefore, athato brahma jignasa. Vare valiye kadayadu. Therefore he says, Ajnanat parichinnaha iva. In this, the thing to be noted is parichinnaha iva. And the iva nanna note pannikanam. Parichinnaha iva na anartham. I am limited as though. It is a notion. It is not a fact, thank God. Because if I am parichinnaha, and as I said in the last class, I can never become aparichinnaha, because limited one by a process can never become limitless. Sureshwaracharya somewhere says that if limitation is a fact, better stop all your sadhanas. Because sadhanas are not going to change a fact. Therefore, puja, japam, tapam, all of them are utterly useless. Having the limitation, whatever enjoyment you can have, you enjoy. Never struggle for moksha, it will be impossible. If limitation is a fact. But thank God, limitation is a notion. It is not a fact. There is a lot of difference between fact and notion. Between fact and notion, there is an ocean of difference. And therefore, tan nashe sati. When that ajnanam is destroyed, tat means ajnanam, nashe. Ajnana nashe sati. What happens? Kevalaha bhavati. Kevalaha means non-dual. Non-dual means purnaha. Because if there is no second thing, there will not be any limitation, because limitation is always caused by a second thing. Therefore, kevalaha chet advayaha, advayaha chet purnaha, and purnaha chet muktaha, apurnaha chet baddhaha, purnaha chet muktaha. So from this, one more point becomes clear. Moksha is nothing but getting out of this sense of limitation. So moksha is nothing but freedom from the sense of limitation. So moksha is not any mysterious state. Moksha is not going to some other loka. Moksha is not having some mysterious experiences coming as a flash and going away. Moksha is not a change in the physical body or anything. Moksha is when I look at myself, I don't miss anything in life. If I have got that condition of fullness, I can say I am mukta. In every other thing, I am normal. In the sense, because we people think mukta means some abnormal person he must be. No, he will also eat vela velaki pasikim, and he also will eat. He also will go to bathroom or toilet. He also will go to sleep. Sometimes class will go to thukam varalam. So he also will be exactly the same. Ratri thukam mudcha thukam varam. So therefore there is nothing abnormal. He is not a mystic or anyone. He is a normal person. The only difference is when he looks at himself, he doesn't miss anyone. If people are around him, he will enjoy the company. If the people go away, camp mudinjudte. So when people are around, I enjoy. And when people are not there, I don't miss anything. So if I can be with things, and if I can be without things, without missing anything, then I am liberated. Therefore, moksha is nothing but removal of the notion. And any notion is removed by knowledge. Because notion is a false knowledge. False knowledge is displaced by a right knowledge. And therefore, moksha means kevalatvam, aham purnaha. People cannot add to my fullness. People cannot remove something from my fullness. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudram apaha. I am like an ocean without any notion. I am like an ocean. Let the rivers merge into me, aham purnaha. Let not rivers merge into me, aham purnaha. Na karmana vardhate no kaniyan bhavati. Eshahi mahima brahmanasya. Brihadaranyaka says, this is the mahima of a brahmana. Brahmana na brahmajnani eva brahmana. Other people are namke vaste brahmana. Okay. And once ajnanam is gone, what happens? Swayam prakashate hi atma. When ajnanam is removed, atma being swarupa chaitanyam, swayam prakasha chaitanyam, atma shines by itself. It is self-evident. So here the idea conveyed is a technical point. In the introductory class I said there is Swarupa Jnanam and Vritti Jnanam. When there is a pot in the mind, a thought takes place which is called Ghatakara Vrittihi. And Ghatakara Vritti reveals what? The Ghata. And how does it reveal? Because in Ghatakara Vritti there is the Chaitanya Pratibimba, and therefore it is known as Vritti Jnanam. So Vritti Jnanam contains two parts. One is the Vritti part. Vritti means what? Vritti சொல்லிருக்கேன் அது மாத்திரம் தெரியல சொன்னா போச்சு. So Vritti means thought mode. So Vritti amsham is there and Pratibimbida Chaitanyam is there. These are the two parts. And of this, each part has got one function. the vritti part is supposed to destroy ignorance. Vritti part, the thought part, is supposed to destroy ignorance. So they say, vritti pervades the pot and destroys ignorance. This they call as vritti vyaptihi. So ghatakara vrittihi ghatam vyapya ghata vishayaka ajnanam nashayati. Puriyum ungalukku. Ghatakara vrittihi ghatam vyapya ghata vishayaka ajnanam nashayati. Okay. What happens to the pratibimba chaitanyam? The pratibimba chaitanyam, the reflected consciousness also pervades the pot, and having pervaded the pot, it illumines the pot. The pot becomes known. So therefore, pratibimba chaitanyam ghatam vyapya ghatam prakashayati. The pratibimba chaitanyam pervades the pot and illumines the pot. So pratibimba chaitanyam ghatam vyapya ghatam prakashayati, illumines. So vritti destroys ignorance. Pratibimba chaitanyam, vritti jnanam, illumines the pot. But when it is the Atma jnanam, here also we require a vritti known as Aham Brahma Asmi. So self-knowledge also requires vritti jnanam, which we called as Atmabodha. Introductory solution. Atmabodha sonna Atma Vishayaka vritti jnanam. Therefore here also Aham Brahmasmi vritti takes place. When does it take place? When the teacher says Tat Tvam Asi. When teacher says you are Brahman, student should say you are Brahman. I am Brahman. Teacher தெரிஞ்சுட்டு தானே சொல்ற, டீச்சர் திருப்பி சொல்லுவானே. Therefore you are Brahman சொன்னா Tat Tvam Asi is Upadesha Vakyam and Aham Brahmasmi is the Jnana Vakyam. The Shishya owns up. And when he says Aham Brahmasmi, this is Swarupa Jnanam or Vritti Jnanam? It is Vritti Jnanam. It is Janyam or Ajanyam? Janyam. Why? Because only after Tattvamasi Upadesha Aham Brahmasmi is born, whereas Swarupa Chaitanyam is there even before Upadesha. So a student also gets what? Vritti Jnanam. And what is that? Aham Brahmasmi iti vrittihi. The thought takes place. And in that thought, Pratibimba Chaitanyam is there or not? Ella thoughtla undu. Therefore, Aham Brahmasmi vritti also contains Pratibimba Chaitanyam in it. And here also, vritti has got a function. Pratibimba Chaitanyam has a function. So what should vritti do? Vrittihi Aham Brahmasmi iti vrittihi Atmanam Vyapya Yatha Ghata vrittihi Ghatam Vyapya Ghata Vishayaka Ajnanam Nashayati. Similarly, Aham Brahmasmi iti vrittihi Atmanam Vyapya Atma Vishayaka Ajnanam Nashayati. It destroys the ignorance about myself. So Vrittihi Ajnanam nashayati. Then what is left out? The second part is there called Pratibimba Chaitanyam. In the case of Gatagyanam, what happened? The Gatagyanam gradually Jnanam Rukoli or Pratibimba Chaitanya, that's all. So Gatagyanam, that Pratibimba Chaitanyam, illumined the pot, because pot is Jada Rupam. But in Aham Brahmasmi iti Vritti Jnanam, the Pratibimba Chaitanyam tries to illumine what? Here what is the subject? Atma. And Atma happens to be what? Bimba Chaitanyam, the original Chaitanyam, Swarupa Chaitanyam. Whereas Vritti Pratibimbhita Chaitanyam is only reflection. The reflected consciousness tries to illumine what? The original consciousness. How foolish it will be. Tame vabhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. And ashatithanatha nama solrom. So in front of the Lord we are telling, I am ashad. I am trying to illumine with this Pratibimba Jnanam, Pratibimba Chaitanyam. Camphor light is what? Pratibimba Chaitanyam. The Lord is what? Bimba Chaitanyam. With this Pratibimba Chaitanyam Arati, I am trying to illumine the Bimba Chaitanyam. How foolish I am. அதுக்குதான் இப்படி பண்றான். தப்பு 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 தப்பு. தினமும் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க, ஒருக்கா பண்ணி நிறுத்தி விடணும். How assured I am. Similarly here also, vritti is necessary to destroy ignorance. The vritti pratibimbita chaitanyam is not necessary to illumine Atma. Vai swayam prakashate Atma. Swayam prakashate Atma. So, vritti jnanam is not necessary to illumine the Atma swayam prakashamanatva. Okay. But this creates confusion for people. Many people say, Atma is swayam prakasha. Vritti jnanam is not necessary to illumine the Atma. And therefore, mind is not at all necessary for Atma Jnana. Because mind is necessary for what purpose? Vritti Jnanartham. I require a mind for knowing a pot. So, Vritti Jnanartham, I require a mind. Since Atma is self-effulgent, many people think that mind is not necessary because vritti jnanam is not required to illumine the Atma. Therefore they say transcend your mind. So therefore you have to go to nirvikalpa samadhi, get out of the body, get out of the mind, get out of the intellect, and if you have got out of all of them, Atma will swayam prakashati. Edukku mind? So you have to go beyond the mind. This is the mistake generally committed because they forget one point. Vritti jnanam is not necessary to illumine the Atma. But remember, vritti is necessary for what? Destroying ignorance. Vritti is necessary to destroy ignorance. And vritti will take place in the Atma or mind. Okay. Vritti will take place only in the mind, unfortunately or fortunately. If Atma entertains vritti, what will happen? Atma will be changing. Vrittihi means vikaraha, remember. And therefore, ajnana nashartham, aham brahmasmi iti vrittihi apekshita natu atma prakashanartham. Atma prakashanam. The prakashanam is called phalavyapti. Illumining the Atma is called phalavyapti. Phalavyapti is not required because Atma is self-evident. In the case of pot, vrittivyapti is necessary to remove ignorance. Phalavyapti also is necessary to illumine the pot. But in the case of Atma, vrittivyapti is necessary to destroy ignorance. Phalavyapti is not necessary. Why? Because Atma is Swayam Prakasha. So therefore, vrittivyapti requires mind. Therefore, by going to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, ignorance will not be destroyed. Therefore, what will happen? The mind continues to be ignorant mind. Therefore, when he is in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he will be fine. Why? Because the sorrowful mind has been transcended now. Therefore, sorrows are not there, all worries are forgotten, limitations are forgotten, but remember, ignorance